Hello and welcome back to another video, and in this video I thought I'll be going through some of my recent pickups. I did go to Stockholm this past weekend and I went to a record fair or a record show there, which is the biggest in Sweden, I believe. You can see a picture of it in the thumbnail, I think. I also did go to some stores throughout the city, some that were like very messy, as you can see here, and some which were very nice and organized and full of plants, and so there were really like all kinds of record stores. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the pickups that I picked up. Let's start off right here. Here we got Affinity. This is a very nice psychedelic record. Maybe psychedelic leaning pretty much towards prog. So whether you like classify it as prog or psych, I think it has tinges of both. This was originally released on Vertigo, so it is on the heavier side, sort of heavy psych. But this is a reissue on a label called Repertoire. You can see they try to resemble the Vertigo swirl there on the label, and I do think that this reissue sounds very good. I can't compare it to an original, but I'm very happy with this pickup. And I do have to highlight the album cover because I just think it's so good. It opens up like this as well, so you can see how the full picture looks. And here is the gatefold. So as I said before, this is prog, psych, maybe a mix, heavy hard, psych, prog, with the female singer. She's called Linda Hoyle, and she also has another record on Vertigo, which is also very good. But yeah, if you like that female-led psych, Jefferson Airplane, Shocking Blue, anything like that, definitely give this one a listen. My favorite song on this is probably Night Flight. There's just one passage there where she says knowing, so keep that in mind. Remember when she says knowing, and just listen to that song. I'm sure your mind will get blown. They also do a cover of All Along the Watchtower, which is very nice. Moving on, we got, if you saw my, don't remember which video it was, but I talked about Job's Tears by the incredible string band. That is of course a song on Vitas V, which I got right here. That was one of my like biggest wants, and I thought that this record would be pretty easy to find at the fair. Turns out it wasn't. When I was leaving, I just saw a tab where it said the incredible string band. I looked there, I first saw the big huge, I thought okay, I'll pick this up. But then I just flipped the next record, and there was Vitas V, so I picked it up without hesitation. When I got home, however, I looked and it was issued on the label For Men with Beards, which from what I've heard has a reputation of not having the best sound quality, very cheaply made. So that was a bit of a bummer, but I got the record nonetheless. But what I do have to say is I don't find this issue to be too bad. I think it sounds pretty great, to be honest. So I don't know if it's my system that can't pick up on it, or if I just got lucky with the pressing, and just maybe this record is not too bad. But so I'm still kind of happy with this pickup. Moving on, this was one that the only one that I didn't pick up at the fair. I got this at a record store, the one with the plants, which I showed you earlier. This is Jugle by Donovan. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce the title of this one, Boraba Jugle. That's how they say it in the title track at least. And the title track is actually Donovan with the Jeff Beck group, so it's pretty rocking. But the main reason I picked up this record was because of the song Atlantis, which is sort of an acid folk tune, which I really enjoy, as well as the song Happiness Runs. So Happiness Runs is the name of a green car, and that green car belonged to a guy, I can't remember his name now. I can't remember the name of him, but he was a friend of Vashti Bunyan. Maybe it says it somewhere in here. Let's just do a quick research. So I believe the guy's name was John James. He was a friend of Vashti, and this song Happiness Runs is sort of a song about that car. And he also says, now you have my blessing, go your way. And Donovan sort of gave Vashti and Robert Lewis a blessing for their journey. So that's sort of why I picked up this record, and the rest of the songs on this one are also very good. Yeah. Moving on, this was my most expensive pickup, and I believe this is the most I've ever paid for a record. This is a Swedish record, but half of the songs are in English. It's called Vitas V by Turid. I've talked a bit about Turid previously on my channel. This record is a bit different from her other records. I would say this is just pure acid folk. The title of the album is Vitas V, as I said before, and Vitra is sort of this fairy tale being. I believe they sort of live in another dimension, and they live on these like homesteads during the winter when the humans are not there. But I'm not a expert on folklore, but yeah, I believe this is supposed to be a Vitra. This was released on the Silence label, which was sort of the counterculture movement where a lot of great Swedish records was issued. I want to show you the back side of this record too, because it's just very beautiful. Here's the back side, and I did pick it up for a pretty good price. It is in decent condition. Probably say cover is VG, the record is VG+. There's one bad thing about it, however, and that is that the music is just so incredibly silent. So you need to crank your volume up, and for that reason you can hear a lot of the ticks and pops. But I don't think it disturbs the music too much. I do want to talk about a few songs on this record. Some of my favorite songs in Swedish is the Nyckelbanevisa and the Problemvisa. But for you that don't speak Swedish, maybe you want to hear some songs in English. I do think Song, Going to Prison, Flowers, Crystal Shade of Loneliness are all very good songs. But the best song on the whole album, I think, is Sometimes I Think Age is a Treasure, and I highly recommend that you give that a listen. I can post a link to it in the description. But yeah, Turid Vittras visor. Moving on, we got a record that I should have picked up a long time ago, and that is Crosby, Stills and Nash. The reason I haven't picked it up before was just I haven't found one in good condition for a decent price, but I finally did. And what can I say about this record? Released on Atlantic in '69, and it's just too good to not own, and I'm glad I am finally an owner of this album. My favorite song is easily Helplessly Hoping. I think that's one of my favorite songs of all time. So yeah, I don't think I need to talk too much about that record. Finishing off this, we've got two more records, two Psych records, which I've been wanting for a long time, and I finally found them. First up, we got The Inner Mystique by the Chocolate Watch Band, and this is sort of garage psych. This was released on Sundazed Records, or the reissue label is Sundazed. Very good sounding reissue. But talking about the music, the first side is very sort of like these psychedelic Eastern soundscapes, very beautiful, mighty, like mind-opening, and the second side is sort of more garagey. I do like both sides, but my favorite is definitely the first side. But I know this ranks pretty highly up on people's psychedelic lists, and I can definitely understand why. An amazing record. The last record that I picked up, and I've been listening to this album non-stop since I got this. I had listened to it before, liked some of the songs, like yeah, they're very nice, but when I put this record on, I fell in love. And this is of course Country Joe and the Fish's first album, Electric Music for the Mind and Body, and this definitely speaks to both my mind and my body. Just this screeching high-pitched guitar. This is just the kind of San Francisco psych that I just love so much. This is probably my favorite record that I picked up on this during this fair, and definitely one of my favorite records in my collection now. Probably top 5. Maybe my favorite Psych record. I just think it's so good. So if you got any suggestions for albums similar to this, definitely drop them in the comments, and I'll be sure to check them out, because I want more of this stuff. But that was everything that I had for this video. You'll see what the next video I'll make will be. I haven't decided that yet, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and be sure to drop some recommendations on some Psych albums and any albums in general that you want me to check out, and I'll be sure to do so. Thank you for all of the comments on my previous videos, especially on my psychedelic record collection. I got so many comments with so many recommendations, and I'm just checking them off one by one, listening to them, and hopefully picking them up as soon as possible. But yeah, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.